Hey, yo, what's Game Man players? It's your boy, Desmond Sharpman, back out here on this Madden NFL 21 franchise mode. And yes, guys, we are here. It's time for Sunday Night Football, 8:20 Eastern Time for week number 13. Featuring the defending champs, the Kansas City Chiefs, who come into this game at 10-1, playing their best football yet. Currently the second seed in the AFC playoff picture. They take on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos, who come into this game at 0-11, still searching for their first win on the campaign. Now, if you didn't see the last matchup between the Chiefs and Broncos, go back and check out week number 7, and you'll see that their matchup will be there, so you can watch that entire game to see how it went. And here are the stats for that last matchup for the Chiefs and Broncos. Mahomes played good, but Drew Lock didn't play good. You can see Mahomes threw over 300 yards, but unfortunately for Drew Lock, he threw for only 56 yards. So he's going to have to improve in this one in order for his team to have a chance at actually breaking this losing streak. And you can see the run game was okay, but the Broncos, they didn't trust in the ground game. Lindsey only ran for 7 yards, and Goen only ran for no yards. And the receiving game, they had tons of issues containing Travis Kelce. He caught the ball 7 times for 195 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we're going to see how they contain him in this game. Now, if you haven't seen the rest of week 13, make sure to go check it out. And don't forget to check out the last 12 weeks also, because every single game for every single week of this Madden series will be on our playlist. So you will not miss not a single game of this Madden series, so you'll be caught up on how we got here. So it looks like we are set. It looks like we're set to go. So let's go ahead and head down to Kansas City, because the Super Bowl champs, they're ready to go. They are ready to go. So let's head down to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City.
Let's find out on Sunday Night Football.
Alright, so we are set. So let's get into it. Broncos and Chiefs. Sunday Night Football from Arrowhead.
Tonight, from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, it's Week 13 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs taking on Drew Lock and the Denver Broncos.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics.
And those are the standings for the AFC West. The Chiefs have already clinched the division anyway. So all they're focused on now is the playoffs and where they're going to stand.
Hello again, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Chiefs ball club. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
Alright, so the Chiefs, they're going to kick it out to the Broncos to start the ball game. So we will see Drew Lock and that Broncos offense to start it. We're going to see how they fare. After the last matchup with these Chiefs, they didn't play well, but we're going to find out how they play. We're underway from Arrowhead. And Melvin Gordon's not going to return this one, so the first possession will start at the 25.
Set to go behind their quarterback in his second season now from Missouri, Charles. It's Drew Lock.
And this is a game for grit, determination, and somehow finding a way not to panic. What a horrible start for them. I mean, they haven't won a game yet. So now, as a quarterback, you're not just talking to your team. You've got to demonstrate to them what they need to do to win. He's got to be the leader by how he plays.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Gordon, who didn't play well against these Chiefs last time. He picks up a gain of 2 on the first play.
Accustomed to trying to stop Melvin Gordon. It's the same division, the AFC West, but a different uniform for Gordon. Spending 5 years with the Chargers before joining these Broncos in the offseason.
And Melvin Gordon, remember, in the last matchup with these Chiefs, he ran one time, but he didn't get any yards. So that time on the first play, he got 2. Lock. And this one's incomplete as he tried to throw it.
That's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. Remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
3rd and 8. Here's Gordon. And he'll go down, getting this to the 39 for
First down there, 12 yards on the play.
a gain of 12 there.
To get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
And here's Lindsey down. And he'll pick up a gain of 4. Gets it to the 43. 2nd and 6 now.
Feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
To throw on 2nd and 6.
Lock. Complete. He connects with Hamilton for a first down.
They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And here's Philip Lindsay. And he'll go down right at the other 49. But no gain.
These guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Their 49-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Lock. He'll let this
Lock
go deep
going
for
downfield, and Sutton caught it, but not in bounds.
Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So many times we see teams go on the road and want to lean on their running game. But this crew just announced they're going to try and air it out and make hay downfield.
Lock looking to throw. Nobody's open.
Being chased out left.
And he's going to get rid of this one.
As he was throwing it, and the ball drops in.
So not only did he not find anybody, he brings up a 4th down for Denver anyway.
Establish a little momentum right away, but now bringing up a 4th down. An empty possession, not what they were seeking.
The Broncos' new signee for 2020, Sam Martin, former Lion, on to punt.
And this was not what Denver was expecting to start the game. Getting a couple of first downs, but they go 3 and out after that. But now Kansas City set to take over.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week.
Mahomes played great in the win against Tampa Bay. Threw 4 touchdown passes. The run game was totally insane. And here's Campbell. And he'll go down at the 16-yard line. And those are his stats against Tampa Bay.
Just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throw in the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7, a toss to Campbell. And he'll go down at the 19 after a gain of 3.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a
Mahomes, and he overthrew his receiver Kelsey there. So it's incomplete.
Because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away.
And here's Solomon. And down he goes, getting us to the 32-yard line. And the Broncos, they're set to take over.
So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating.
First and 10, Gordon. And he'll go down at the 34 after a gain of only 2.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Lock going to throw.
Lock looking to throw, and instead he goes down.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the
So now it's 3rd and 18 for Denver.
Sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Locke working out of the gun.
Locke looking to throw again. Gets hit this time. And it's intercepted. And now the Chiefs, they're going to take over in great field position too.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And here's Campbell. And he'll go down a yard shy of first at the 17.
We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Second and 1. Here's Campbell. Running left, and he's got a Chiefs touchdown.
Chiefs touchdown. A great play there with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the 2nd most in a single year. And the Chiefs are going to take a first quarter lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it
Here's Buckner for the extra point.
Meaning, when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment.
And he's got it. And the Chiefs, they lead 7-0.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
So now Buckner on to kick this one off. And Gordon, he's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback.
The end zone, so we will start here at the 25. We see Drew Lock in the offense coming back on. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it.
And here's Lindsey.
He can't force things.
And he'll go down, getting into the 27.
Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense, rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find.
And here's Lindsey. And this time he'll pick up a gain of 3, gets to the 31.
Third-year defensive tackle out of Florida State, Derek Nottie, with a nice play there. Started every game for Kansas City during their Super Bowl run a season ago.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. From the gun,
Lock. And open is DJ Sharp. And he reaches for a first down.
But they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in position where
looking. Nobody's open. And he's going to find Hamilton, who's open. And he'll go down across midfield at the 45. A gain of 20. First down, Denver.
Keep all the receivers alive in a play. Never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. Faking the give.
Lock, play faking, looking, and he's going to get rid of this one.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Here's Lindsey.
And able to push forward.
And he'll go down at the 42-yard line.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Lock, and he's sacked.
And he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can.
Lock, it looked like he had somebody open, did you Lock, but unfortunately the defense got to him before he could throw it. So unfortunately for the second time in this game, Denver goes 3 and out after getting a couple of first downs.
Kicks away as he angles this one for the sideline.
And this one will end up at the 16-yard line.
He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over.
And here's Campbell. And they'll bring him down, getting us to the 21-yard line.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Mahomes, and this one's incomplete.
He says this will be incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Mahomes, and open, he's going to find Brandon Graham. And he'll go down at the 29 for a Kansas City first down.
A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And Campbell were ready for him. Tackled him at the 28.
Taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
And open, he's going to find Sammy Watkins. And he'll go down, getting this to the 44 for a first down.
16 yards, a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they're going to hand it to Campbell. And they'll bring him down at the 49-yard line.
After his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line, it's the tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that if they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
Mahomes, and open is Watkins. And he'll go down at the 44-yard line. First down, Kansas City.
That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line.
And here's Campbell. And he'll go down again into the 44, but for no gain.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Working from the gun,
Mahomes. And that's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Bryce Callahan picks it. And the Broncos, they're going to take over.
They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You gonna let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
And here's Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 40-yard line. 2nd and 5 coming out.
Tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
From the 40 now on 2nd down.
Locke gets hit as he throws it, and it's incomplete.
And that'll fall incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Locke, nowhere to go. He's sacked. That's the 3rd time they have gotten a lock in this game. Well, actually in this first quarter, as a matter of fact.
They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Drew Lock just hasn't been able to have any time in the pocket, and that has been an issue for this Denver team all season, and it just continues to happen.
Puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night.
And Graham's not gonna return this one, and this one's gonna bounce into the end zone.
6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
KC's offense ready to take over. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team
And
has
here's
on
Campbell
their shopping list right now.
breaking through a bunch of traffic, and he gets a gain of 5 on that carry.
Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now here's Mahomes.
Mahomes looking, and he's going to get rid of this one.
He chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be.
You just act like there's something wrong with the wind.
Mahomes throwing, and wide open is Sammy Watkins. And down he goes, getting this to the 42-yard line. First down, Kansas City.
One heck of a third down conversion. 33 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain.
And here's Campbell running up the middle, and he'll go down, getting this to the 30 for first.
Here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's
Mahomes, and he's going to find Campbell on the screen. And they'll bring him down inside the 20 to the 17. A gain of 12.
Touchdown performance last week that got him AFC Offensive Player of the Week, so you know that he was already on their radar. Now he's maybe even a bigger plane on their radar.
Bigger plane. I mean, he is the big dot on that screen that they're looking at and saying, how in the heck do we stop him? They're going to try a bunch of different things, different people covering him. But right now, he's locked in and is in sync with his quarterback.
Mahomes throwing in. Away. Good defense there by Solomon.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And here's Campbell. And he'll go down, getting this to the 11.
That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Mahomes.
And this time he finds Campbell over the middle of the field. He's got a Chiefs first down. The Broncos had that covered. They had that pass covered, but all of a sudden, they just startled. They just moved out of the way, and that allowed Mahomes to find Campbell. And the Broncos, they're already having issues with this Chiefs offense so far. They've only forced one punt to this Chiefs offense, but that's not enough. That's the end of the first quarter.
7-0 on EA Sports. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Campbell trying to power his way through, and he'll go down at the 1-yard line. A gain of 3.
Nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Mahomes, and wide open is Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City.
Travis Kelsey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury.
You guys, I know that the Broncos are on a losing streak, but if you continue to leave their receivers wide open like that, then you're never gonna win any games. You're never gonna win a game because like you had your issue with Kelsey before, and then all of a sudden you leave him wide open like that. Like, extra point is good by Buckner, and it's 14-0 Kansas City.
And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
Here's Butker to kick this one away.
Touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away.
And Gordon, he's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback. As Drew Lock set to come back out.
Once again leads the Broncos out. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line.
And here's Gordon. And he'll go down, getting this to the 27-yard line.
It'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Locke looking deep downfield, and it's incomplete. That could have been a huge play. Locke saw him wide open. He let it fly, but the receiver just couldn't hold on.
I think it's looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
Locke downfield, and that's caught. Cortland Sutton. And he'll go down, getting this across the 40-yard line.
And that one results in 35 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
A huge play there for Denver.
The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
And here's Gordon.
This is Gordon. Credited with a 1-yard gain.
And not much there. He picks up only a gain of a yard.
By Chris Jones, a Pro Bowler for the first time in 2020. A 5-year man out of Mississippi State. I would dare say plenty more Pro Bowls for him coming up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they run
And here's Gordon. And he'll go down, only a gain of a yard again. So now it's 3rd and 7.
Force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
So they need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun.
Locke throwing right side, and that's caught by Hamilton. And he's got a Bronco first down.
Just shy of the 20. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together.
And here's Philip Lindsay, and he'll go down at the 13-yard line. 2nd and a yard.
More than they wanted to on that play. It actually illustrates how well they've bottled them up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. From the gun,
Locke. Too much pressure at him. He's sacked.
Back at the 24.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely he's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. Operating from the gun.
Locke looking to throw. And he goes down again.
And he goes down once more.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first.
You guys, is it just me, or is it just the fact that every time the Broncos be ready to pass, they just all of a sudden just stumble and all of a sudden the quarterback gets sacked? I don't know what's going on, but Charles Johnson is gonna come on for a field goal. A 52-yarder to get the Broncos on the board for the first time in this game. And he puts it in. But they're still trailing, but it's 14-3.
Broncos 3.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted.
And here's Johnson on the kick this one away.
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers.
And Hardman, he's not going to return this one. And Kansas City will begin their next drive at the 25.
But their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark. And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking.
And here's Campbell. And A.J. Campbell just going through the whole of the defense. He's got a Chiefs touchdown. His second in the first half.
With touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage
Here's Buckner.
of? The key is calling it in the right
And he puts this one in. And now the Chiefs are up 21-3.
Just looking down at the sideline now.
A.J. Campbell has been a one-man wrecking crew over these last couple of games.
Get that water break and get on out there and play.
Bunker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And Melvin Gordon, he's not going to return this one. This one's going to be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off.
And here's Gordon. And he'll go down at the 29-yard line. A gain of 4.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run.
And here's Lindsey.
And he's able to take this
And
to the 35.
he'll go down at the 35 for a first.
And that's a first down.
Every year we spend a lot of time and money evaluating the top prospects for the NFL draft. How about when we all get fortunate and see a guy like Philip Lindsay, an undrafted free agent, who had 1,000 yards rushing his first 2 years in the NFL.
Lock looking downfield for Sutton, and it's incomplete.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent.
And Locke, he sacked. Chris Jones, he gets the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately. I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
You know, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So 3rd and long now for Locke and the Broncos following the sack. From the gun,
Locke gets hit as he throws, and that's intercepted.
Picked off near the 29, and they will take over.
And Kansas City, just like that, they're going to get the ball back.
The second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And here's Campbell, who's having a great day so far. And he'll pick up a gain of 4. Gets it to the 24-yard line.
They have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Dancing to his left.
Mahomes, and he's going to run. And I believe he's got the first, and he does.
Mahomes can sling it, but the feet are nimble too as he scrambles for a first down.
Certainly making his presence felt in both the pass and the run game. He's having an impact.
Yeah, his first carry of the game right there. He had hurt him with his arm. Now he's showing that he can shuffle the puppies as well.
And here's Campbell running again. And he'll go down at the 10-yard line. A gain of 8 yards.
That puts him over a $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now they'll throw with
Mahomes wide open. Travis Kelce, touchdown Kansas City.
Travis Kelce, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead.
Yo, bro, I don't understand this defensive. I don't understand this defense, but how can you leave Kelce open again? See, the Broncos just did it again. For the second time the Chiefs have been in the red zone, they just leave Kelce wide open like that. And that's now 2 touchdowns for Kelce in this first half. And I don't understand it. Now the Broncos are trailing even larger. It's 28-3.
For Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And Gordon, he's not going to return this one, as this one's going to be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again.
And here's Lindsey. And he'll go down at the 29-yard line.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
4 yards on.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Lock, nobody's open again, and he gets rid of this one.
Maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me
Lock, and he sacked Chris Jones, his second sack in this ball game. And that's sack number 7.
Single-season sacks.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And there is absolutely no reason how every time Locke is trying to throw the ball, the offensive line just keeps allowing the defense to get to the quarterback. And it's hurting their performance. I mean, it's been hurting them all season. So no return for Graham, and this one's going to go into the end zone.
Didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
And here's Campbell.
I don't blame you, though, because we
And
could be
he'll go
witnessing
down
some type
after a
of
gain of
history
2.
here.
Gets it to the 22.
And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
22-yard line.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
45, Mike 45. All day, just like that.
So 2nd and 8 here for Kansas City. And here's Campbell with open space. And he'll go down, getting this to the 39-yard line. First down, Kansas City.
Good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game,
Campbell again.
he knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This
And
is going to take an 11-man unit.
He picked up no gain on that one, but he got to the 40.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down.
Mahomes looking to throw. Pressure, and he's sacked. Von Miller, he gets the sack.
Results in a sack. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Gonna need better protection here. 3rd and long following the sack for Mahomes and company. Mahomes now to throw.
Mahomes, and open is A.J. Campbell. And he'll go down at the 41-yard line. How did they leave him wide open?
Defensively, that was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
And here's Campbell on the toss. Oh, he got tripped up right there. No gain that time.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come
Mahomes,
back to
he's going to run. And Mahomes, he's going to pick up a first down.
But not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there.
This Bronco defense is getting tortured.
Got to the sticks and picked up the first down.
The Chiefs are letting them know we've got our division clinched. All we're focusing on now is the playoffs. They're letting the Broncos know that. And here's Campbell with open space again. And he'll go down inside the 20 to the 17.
Yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another first down. Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes steps
Mahomes, nobody's open, and he gets rid of this one.
Decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Mahomes will try again on 2nd down.
Mahomes, and that's intercepted.
Picked off by Bryce Callahan.
Bryce Callahan picks it again, his second.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back
And
on
here's
this in the
Gordon.
second half and say, you remember
And
when they
he'll
got
go
points
down
on the
at the
drive?
26-yard line.
2 yards on the pickup there.
A gain of 2.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool
Lock,
you.
and he's going to find Melvin going on the screen.
But you're right about that one.
And they'll bring him down at the 32-yard line.
Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Lock, and he's sacked. They just continue to allow this defense to get at him. That's the 8th time they got to Drew Lock. That's the 8th time they have gotten to Drew Lock in this game. I just don't know what's going on. Like,
here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
and no return here for Graham, and they're going to down this one at the 15-yard line.
15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Set to take over, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. He's been in a pretty good group. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because then you've got both sides hitting the defense. They don't know what to expect.
Mahomes finding Campbell on the screen pass. And down he goes, getting this to the 27 for a first.
So far, that's allowed them to lead.
Absolutely.
It seemed like Mahomes is pretty upset that he threw the interception on the last possession.
They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
Mahomes, and look at this. A.J. Campbell is wide open. And he takes this all the way across the 40. Now, I don't understand how he was just left wide open like that. But guys, that has been an issue for Denver all season. They just can't stop anybody's pass game. They just can't. The defense just keeps getting tortured and tortured and tortured every game that they have played all season. They just can't stop anybody. Especially with them picking up Devin Garland for their free safety. And Campbell, he goes down at the 30 after a gain of 6. Brings this to the 2-minute warning. But this game right here, this game looks already out of reach. Heading into the halftime.
We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Buying time to his left.
Mahomes. And that one's complete by Brandon Graham. And he'll go down, getting this to the 5-yard line.
A really nice gain of 25 yards.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Mahomes looking to throw, and he'll go down, but losing the yardage.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
Mahomes, and he's going to find Brandon Graham. And the Broncos are able to get to him at the 1. And Mahomes is now over 200 yards.
Following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy.
Mahomes. Oh, now if Brandon Graham would have caught the ball inbounds, they would have gotten a touchdown. But instead, it's 4th down, and the Chiefs are not leaving the field. They're going to go for this thing. And Mahomes goes down. Von Miller gets the sack, and the Broncos, they're gonna take over.
At the worst possible time, 4th and goal, and it leads to a sack.
I can just see it now.
How did they even allow Von Miller to get through?
Get rid of it somehow, some way. At least get it in the end zone and give us a chance. If we throw an interception, so what? A sack? We didn't even have a chance.
And Locke, he's sacked again. Chris Jones gets to him.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are.
And here's Melvin Gordon.
Didn't do it on that
And
play.
he'll go down, getting us to the 18-yard
The
line.
Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
And Locke, he's sacked again. That's the 9th time they have gotten a Locke.
The second of their timeouts, as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining.
This has been a murder.
Now, he's been terrific so far.
Drew Lock just had nowhere to go all game.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And with 5 seconds left.
One final play before halftime.
So this is going to be the last play of the first half.
They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just
And here's Campbell, and down he goes, and that's going to do it for the first half. Chiefs with a 28-3 lead.
They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL.
And up next, we've got the Buffalo Bills and the 49ers, Monday Night
From there,
Football.
we're off to check out another game. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
And finally, here are all the stats from week number 13.
Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
So in this first half, it has been all Kansas City. The Broncos just have no answer for this Chiefs team.
For quarter number 3.
So the Broncos, they're going to kick it off to the Chiefs to start the second half.
Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football.
And Hardman, he's not going to return this one, so this one's going to be a touchback.
So we will start here at the 25. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared.
And here's Campbell, who's having a great day so far. And he continues to make it a great day. He gets a first down.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
And to be honest, the Broncos, the defense, they're starting to get a bit tired because back-to-back possessions where the Chiefs have not been able to score and extend their lead before the end of the first half, when they was up 28-3. They had 2 chances, but they threw the interception. Then they turned the ball over on downs, and the defense, it seemed like they're still a bit tired. Campbell, and
times tonight. He's going to
He'll go down right at the 36.
No gain on, and he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, 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 and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Second and 10.
Throwing on second down.
Mahomes gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete.
If he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage.
Mahomes, and he's going to find Brandon Graham here. And he'll go down at the 41 after a gain of 4. But it brings up a 4th down.
But I have to say, I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. On is the punter.
And this one is sent away. And this one's not going to be returned. So the Broncos will begin their next possession at the 20.
So now look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline.
And you guys, so with what happened with what happened, Drew Lock is no longer in the game. Christian Patterson is going to be taking over at quarterback for the rest of this game. And here's Gordon. He's going to hand it off to Gordon. And he'll go down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 3.
You kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
2nd and 7.
And here comes throw number
Patterson, he's going to throw for the first time, and he finds DJ Sharp. And he'll go down at the 38-yard line. A gain of 15.
The catch gets him 15 and a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
I mean, all first half, it's just every time they tried to throw the ball, they just allowed the defense to get there. But Christian Patterson decided to change that.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the
because
38.
It seemed like he has had enough of Drew Lock keeps getting sacked on every pass play. Patterson again, and he finds DJ Sharp again. But this time for a gain of 4.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Patterson, and he's going to get rid of it.
Incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete.
3rd down. Here's Patterson. He's tried to think about running, but he's sacked.
Great coverage downfield. The sack by Dorian O'Daniel.
Dorian O'Daniel gets the sack. Patterson was trying to run out of pocket, but the defense was ready.
It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of it. Here's Sam Martin now, as he's on to punt for Denver.
This Denver Broncos team, they just had their struggles. I mean, even though Patterson has just came into the game, he tried his best. He completed 2 passes, both to DJ Sharp, but still wasn't enough.
Here comes Patrick Mahomes in the Chiefs offense. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, You just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy throwing.
And here's Campbell. And he's going to lose a yard on this one. A loss of a yard gets it to the 19.
The fantasy guys who may have started him at quarterback in their leagues.
And we'll see if they continue with the recipe of the ground game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Mahomes.
And look who's open. Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, getting this to the 41 for a first.
I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And to be honest, I don't even know what the Broncos are going to do or what they're going to say, because this has been their problem all season. Their defense just can't stop anybody. When they just force one simple punt, the same result keeps happening. They keep getting tortured. Mahomes again, and he finds Brandon Graham this time. And he's got a first down.
Inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third-quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On first down,
Mahomes caught by Brandon Graham, and he's got a first down.
Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. First down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And here's Campbell. And he'll go down, getting this to the 30-yard line.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And here's Campbell again, and Campbell now. And he'll go down at the 12-yard line.
First down pickup of 18 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Play action. Now it's Mahomes.
Mahomes, end zone. Caught by Brandon Graham. Touchdown, Kansas City.
A 12-yard touchdown grab. And this offense is running away with this one. He's been a frequent target, and with catches like that, one-handed in the end zone, I'd keep going his way.
And he's doing it every which way, isn't he? 2 hands, and in this case, we just saw it with 1 hand. Almost reminds me of a great return.
Andy Reid can't believe it.
No matter how you whack it at him, it comes back at you. In this case,
the fans are hyped, the players are hyped, even the coach is hyped. The Chiefs extend their lead.
So that drives 7 plays in length, and it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt.
So here's Butker to kick this one away.
Touchdown. Here's Butker on to kick it away.
And this one's not going to be returned, so Melvin Gordon and the Broncos offense will start at the 25. So here's Christian Patterson back out there. But the problem is, it's about Drew Lock. He's been getting sacked like crazy.
You feel like it always comes back to leverage, don't you? Who is
He has been getting sacked like crazy.
Low man wins. We talk about that, but we think about it.
Now, the only reason Patterson is in the game is because Drew Lock, he hasn't even gotten over 100 yards throwing the ball yet, and he's thrown 2 interceptions. So, and the Broncos only have 3 points. So it looked like the coach had enough. He had enough. He already knows their season's ending, and he has no choice.
On play action, they'll throw.
Here's Patterson, and he's going to run, and he'll go out of bounds at the 35, and he's got a first down.
Scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a first down.
Patterson, oh man, that one looked pretty bad, but it's incomplete.
And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take
Patterson, and he's gonna find DJ Sharp, and down he goes, getting this one to the 37. First down, Denver.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Patterson, and he's sacked. Frank Clark, he gets the sack there.
Wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football.
The Broncos just keep giving up sacks, and I don't understand what the problem is. Like, you keep giving up sacks, and it's gonna cost you and cost you and cost you. Patterson, and he's gonna find DJ Sharp. A gain of 6, but it's still a 3rd and long.
Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down.
Patterson trying to get away, but he goes down. Chris Jones, for the 4th time in this game, he gets the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain, and guess what?
Wow.
Came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Sam Martin now as he's on to punt for Denver.
And the Broncos, I don't know what they're going to do, but they just continue to struggle. Unfortunately, now I understand what's going on. When they get across midfield, they just can't do anything. They just can't do anything. And that's been the problem, is with them getting across midfield. They just can't do anything. So the Chiefs take over 1st and 10. They're going to toss it. And they get to him, losing yardage to the 5.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly,
and here's Campbell, and he'll go down, gets this to the 9, which brings up 3rd and 9.
But it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down. Now
Mahomes, blitz coming, and he finds Campbell. And he'll go down, getting this to the 20-yard line. 1st down, Kansas City.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sense that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen.
Good thing Mahomes avoided the safety there, because
it worked very well there for a first down.
Good thing Mahomes had avoided the safety, because the defense almost got to him.
Now they try the right
And
side
they're going
here.
to toss it, and Campbell
He's had
loses
his
yardage.
one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through.
Mahomes, and he's going to find Brandon Graham. And they'll bring him down, getting this to the 32 for a first.
They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool. You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
And they're going to hand it to Campbell. And he'll go down at the 34-yard line.
The tackle made by Todd Davis.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Mahomes going to throw.
Mahomes, and open is Tyreek Hill. And he'll go down, getting this to the 49. And another first down.
First down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this Denver defense just continues to allow yards, continues to give up yards, continues to give up sacks offensively. It's just nothing but
On 1st and 10.
And he'll go down across midfield, across the 40-yard line.
Nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes.
Mahomes, nobody's open, and he's going to get rid of this one.
Tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them.
And here's Campbell trying to break through traffic, and he'll go down at the 34. A gain of 4 that time.
On this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain, but I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Mahomes gets hit as he throws it, incomplete.
As he got popped as he was throwing it.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So here's Buckner on for the Chiefs field goal, a 51-yarder. And Buckner puts this one in, and he extends the lead to now 35.
Lead grows even further. So a dozen plays on that drive, CD, but in the end, it yields just the 3 points.
Well, they were able to keep the defense on the field for a long time, but let's be honest about it. That was about as unsatisfying a drive as you're going to get. 12 plays and you only get 3 points out of it. Not quite the ending they were looking for.
And this one's not going to be returned by Gordon, so this one's going to be a touchback.
As he will not attempt to return. Denver's offense ready to go again. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes.
And here's Lindsey.
Clinical at the half,
And he'll go down, getting us to the 28-yard line.
Because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Patterson, and this one's incomplete.
But they'll say it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So now it's 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Patterson. And that's intercepted.
It's intercepted.
Rashad Breeland picks it.
That pick is 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball and they penciled you in the 9th spot in the order? That wasn't so good.
This has been a rough performance to watch.
That wasn't so great.
The Broncos I don't even know what to say right now.
That's a great season.
I mean, I understand you're coming on a losing streak, but how could you come out and just struggle this bad, especially on the road?
Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still working for the coordinator.
And they're gonna toss it to Campbell, and he'll go down at the 42-yard line.
That's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Working from the gun.
Mahomes, and he's gonna find Kelsey. And down he goes inside the 30-yard line. And another 1st down. This has been a murder.
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him old reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open.
Mahomes, and he's going to find Campbell.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And down he goes, getting this to the 15. And another 1st down.
That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk
This
of
has been
screen,
brutal.
Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Mahomes, and wide open is Campbell right side. He's got a Chiefs touchdown.
The 2nd player with 30 touchdowns in a single year. And the Chiefs have got it on cruise control. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown.
Man, this has been a murder.
Whoever the screen guy is, and of course the blocking has to form in front.
It looked like the Chiefs were not playing around.
The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown.
To kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And Gordon, he's not going to return this one. This one's going to be a touchback.
Get at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is...
And here's Lindsey. And they'll bring him down at the 28 after a gain of 3.
Going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Patterson, and he's going to find Melvin Gordon. And he'll go down, which is going to bring the 3rd quarter to a close.
Here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
So now we're going to start. We are ready to start the fourth and final quarter in a game that has been totally out of reach. And Patterson, he's going to run, and he's going to pick up a first down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a first down.
And Patterson again, he's going to run again. And he'll slide down at the 47. A gain of 13 and another first.
Last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down.
Christian Patterson, he learned from his last mistake. Threw it into coverage. He threw the interception, but that was just only one interception he's thrown. Drew Lock threw two. He threw two of them.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Patterson, and that's caught. Tim Patrick with the catch. A gain of 7, 2nd and 3.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Patterson, and it looks like he's going to run again. And he'll go out of bounds, getting this inside the 30-yard line.
And stop the clock here with a first down.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the
Patterson, and he's going to find Melvin going on the screen pass. And they'll bring him down at the 14-yard line.
15 more there, and they're on a roll.
And it's about time, but the Broncos are finally in the red zone.
Defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
Patterson, and open is DJ Sharp. He's got a Bronco touchdown.
To the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Broncos get one score closer.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
It's about dang time that they get into the end zone, because it has been a struggle offensively all game long. But it's about time that they get into the end zone. Good by Charles Johnson, but they're still getting blown out.
As they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play.
Even though they did get on the board, they're still getting blown out. So
the kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
If they want to make a miracle, they're going to have to get some stops.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone.
So they're going to have to trust their defense.
At the 25. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept.
And here's Campbell. Looking to continue his great day running. He picks up a gain of 5.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason.
And here's Campbell. And they'll bring him down at the 31-yard line.
This offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Mahomes, pressure coming at him. firing for Kelsey, and he dropped it.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Now that's one stop that you need. Now they need to get on the board because they've been struggling all game.
This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 12.
And Denver getting set to take the field. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
And here's Lindsey. And he'll go down, getting this to the 17. A gain of 5.
Yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Second and 5.
Second and 5. Here's Patterson as he finds Melvin going on the screen. And he'll go down at the 25-yard line. And how about that? Christian Patterson is over 100 yards in this game.
There he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Being chased out.
And Patterson, he's going to run. And he'll go out of bounds, gets this to the 40-yard line.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble of first down, a 16-yard gain.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Back to throw now on first down.
Patterson downfield, and DJ Sharp didn't keep his feet in bounds.
Second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Patterson finding DJ Sharp. But he only picks up a gain of a yard. Brings up third down.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because
Patterson, deep ball, caught by DJ Sharp. And he's got another first down.
A big one there on third down. They hit for 30 yards. But defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Patterson. And he's going to run again. There goes Patterson. And he'll go out of bounds. Getting this to the 6. This is impressive by Patterson. Coming into the game and showing us what he can do.
So now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
And here's Lindsey, and he'll go down, getting this to the 2-yard line.
The 2-yard line, knock it on the door. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
And here's Gordon, and he's in for a Denver score.
Denver touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things, though, a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
So Charles Johnson on for the extra point. He puts it in.
Cut the lead down to 28. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. The kickoff unit is
so
out on
Johnson
the
on the kick this one off.
fielded.
And Hardman, he's not going to return this one, as this one's going to be a touchback.
It'll come out to the 25. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the fourth. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
1st and 10, Campbell. And they get to him at the 24, but losing yardage.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. So fourth quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense.
2nd and 11. Mahomes goes down. Bradley Chubb, he gets the sack.
Number 12 for him on the year. Well, it was 2nd long, now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Mahomes. Oh, Brandon Graham could have caught that one, but instead 4th down.
They faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield. There has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
And here's Solomon. And they'll bring him down, getting this to the 32-yard line.
Will switch hands, 1st and 10.
And here's Christian Patterson back out there.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll try and start this drive.
Patterson. And he's going to find Melvin Gordon. And that one goes backwards, losing yardage to the 31.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
You know the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
Bet you're going to tell me good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually, but first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't.
And Patterson breaking a tackle, but he still goes down. Chris Jones again.
Sacks for him in tonight's ball game.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low.
And Charles Solomon, he can't believe it.
This team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Patterson, and he just throws this one out of bounds.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
It's 4th down.
Here's Sam Martin now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
And this one is sent away. No return by Brandon Graham. And they're going to down this one at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10.
And here's Campbell. And he'll go down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 2.
2nd and 8. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive.
And Campbell again, and he picks up the 1st down.
And that's going to be a Chiefs 1st down as the tackle made just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, 1st down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care
and
of
Campbell. And they'll bring him down at the 31-yard line.
Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, can't score. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
That is exactly what the Chiefs are trying to do. They're not even thinking about scoring anymore. They're just gonna run. They're just gonna run that clock down.
Another 2-yard gain there.
Another 2-yard gain, but now it's 3rd down.
There's not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Forced out to his left.
Mahomes, and wide open, it's Kelsey, and he's got the first down. They have had trouble containing him all game. Again. They've also having trouble containing Brandon Graham, Tyreek Hill, who basically was held with no catches in the first half, Sammy Watkins, and they also have been trouble containing AJ Campbell again. And luckily they scored points, but the last time they faced this team, they scored no points. And here's AJ Campbell, and he'll go down as he gets this to the 30-yard line, as his dominating game continues.
That's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And here's Campbell, and he'll go down, getting this to the 28-yard line.
Right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
2nd and 8. Here's Damian Williams. And Damian Williams, he's going to score a Chiefs touchdown.
Damian Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs just continue to pour it on. Well, they mentioned this.
So his first carry in this game, he scores a touchdown.
Pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'll probably send a note to the clock operator.
Extra point is good by Buckner, and the Chiefs extend their lead.
So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And in the end, it was all capped off by the Damian Williams touchdown run.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the
Buckner to kick this one off.
to kick it away.
And Gordon, he's going to return this one. And they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Denver's offense ready to go again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Escaping the pressure.
Patterson, he's trying to run, but he fumbled. And the Chiefs pick it up.
And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Wow.
You've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And here's Campbell.
Keep it on the ground.
And he'll go down at the 25-yard line.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love
a gain of 2.
Because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
25-yard line.
And here's Campbell. And this time the Broncos were able to get to him, but now it's 3rd down.
2 yards to show for it. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot, because as the guy.
And on 3rd and 8, Mahomes finds Campbell on the screen pass. And the drive continues.
And that's what he did on that play.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it,
and here's Campbell.
take your quarterback out when the game's in hand,
and he'll go down at the 3-yard line.
So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in. I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Mahomes, and wide open is Brandon Graham for another touchdown.
Just continue to roll. And Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point is good by Buckner. And with that being said, the Chiefs, they've got this one in hand. They're gonna get another win. And unfortunately for Denver, that losing streak of theirs, it's gonna continue. Even though they did make a quarterback change to start this second half after the way Drew Lock had played.
And coming out now, the Broncos. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. They'll come out throwing here to start.
Here's Patterson. He's gonna find Gordon. And he'll go down, getting this to the 35.
Up a second and just about a few inches here. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Second and inches. Patterson, he's gonna run. And he'll slide down at the 43.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Flushed out right.
Patterson, and open is DJ Sharp. Chucking a defender. And he'll go out of bounds at the 10-yard line.
It's a big play there for the Broncos. 46 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe
Patterson, and he's going to find Gordon. And they'll bring him down at the 5-yard line.
From the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles.
Patterson, and he's going to find Melvin Gordon. And he was not able to get in. He's tackled at the 1.
4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
Here comes the pressure as Patterson finds DJ Sharp for the touchdown.
A measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their
and
team.
DJ Sharp, that's his second touchdown in this game. And both coming from Christian Patterson leading the way.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now the try here for the extra point.
Extra point by Johnson is good, but it's still a blowout. Let's say that. It's still a blowout. The Broncos, they did everything they could, but I would say that, but they were struggling in that first half, and they kept struggling and struggling to begin the second half, and I mean, they were trying to get on the board, but it still didn't work. So the Chiefs, they're set to celebrate.
Timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point, as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We We got a plane to catch.
So the Kansas City Chiefs, it's victory formation. They're not gonna run another play. As the Kansas City Chiefs, they're gonna get themselves to an 11-1 record on the season, as they win in a blowout 59-24 against the Broncos, who fall again. This is their 12th loss on the season, and I don't know what the Broncos are going to do after this, but they're going to have to fix some things. The Chiefs win for the 11th time on the season.
Tonight, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think
The Chiefs just completely dominated that entire ball game from start to finish.
So for Kansas City, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, that first win remains elusive. They dropped to 0-12 now with the loss here. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Yo, man, to be honest, I just don't know what to say at this point. I just don't know what to say. What can Denver do, to be honest? What can they do? Cause they just struggled for the 12th time on the season with the same issue containing them, and they just didn't play well. They just didn't play well in this one. So here are the stats. Mahomes threw for 402 yards, 5 touchdown passes, 2 interceptions thrown, only got sacked 4 times, but it didn't matter, because I'm talking about the sacks. The sacks, that didn't matter, because his team was dominating. Now, Christian Patterson, he did come in the second half, threw for 197 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also got sacked 4 times, but it still didn't matter, because the Chiefs were still dominating. And you can see Drew Lock's stats. One of the reasons he got benched, got sidelined, threw for only 87 yards, 2 interceptions thrown, and 10 sacks. Got sacked 10 times. But another issue for Denver was this man, AJ Campbell. Ran his heart out in this one. 46 carries, 290 yards, 2 touchdown runs. Christian Patterson came in, ran 8 times for 85 yards, but he did fumble once. Phillip Lindsay, 14 carries, 56 yards. Melvin Gordon, 11 carries for 47 yards and a touchdown. Damian Williams, 1 run for 28 yards, and that was his touchdown run. And Patrick Mahomes ran 4 times for 16 yards. And finally, with the receiving, AJ Campbell, 9 catches, 151 yards and a touchdown. DJ Sharp, 10 catches, 149 yards and 2 touchdowns. Brandon Graham, 9 catches for 99 yards and 2 touchdowns. Travis Kelce, 5 catches, 59 yards and 2 touchdowns. Sammy Watkins, 3 catches, 56 yards. Melvin Gordon, 8 catches for 52 yards. Deshaun Hamilton, 3 catches, 41 yards. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 37 yards. Cortland Sutton, a catch for 35. They had him on lock the entire game. and Tim Patrick a catch for 7 yards. So for Kansas City, they extend their wins now as they move to now 11-1 on the season, as they're still getting paced to somehow try to get that first round bye coming playoff time, as they will hit the road in week 14 to face off with the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Denver, just count up the losses again. That's their 12th loss so far, and they will be on the road in Carolina in their next game for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. And with that, now the Sunday night football game is now in the books. The Chiefs dominating the Broncos here. So all we have now is a Monday night football from San Francisco. And that will be the last game here in week 13 before we finally move to week number 14. And then we will only have 3 more weeks left of the season to go. But if you enjoyed the Sunday night game, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And you already know what's next. Monday night football from Santa Clara. The 10-1 San Francisco 49ers, who have not lost yet since their first loss was suffered by the New York Jets. They have won a bunch of games. They're looking to continue winning and continuing to stay in first in the NFC playoff picture as they host the visiting Buffalo Bills, who are also in playoff contention. But Bills and Niners Monday Night Football is next.